Hi folks, welcome to my channel. The following story is a true story, taken from my time working as merch girl for a few musicians as they toured across Europe. And while many would say that this particular band was known for crazy incidences, well, I certainly never could have imagined that the events that would occur on this evening would all begin with one of my bosses hooping in a room in an attempt to stop arguing. Let's get into it. Now, from my point of view, this was a successful night. This was a good night. We had a great concert, and I did well in merch sales. And when my night ended, of course, I headed backstage to see what was going on with my crew members. I had also wanted to warn them because when I was cleaning up for the night, putting my merch and money away, I had run into some crazy fans that were lingering around out back by the tour bus. But before I could really get into that, my tour manager had grabbed me and said that my services as band assistant would be needed. It would seem there had been an incident. We interrupt this regularly scheduled YouTube video for breaking news. My name is Armstrong, and this is the Armstrong News Network, not propaganda. We are receiving reports that the European Union has removed the United States from their so-called safe list. The European Commission has presented a proposal to recommend lifting travel restrictions for select non-EU countries. This has been agreed upon by European Union member states based on criteria like the health situation, the ability to apply containment measures during travel, and reciprocity considerations. It is being reported that the European Union member states shall gradually begin lifting travel restrictions for the following countries: But for more on this, we now go to our American travel correspondent, Armstrong. Thank you for that, Armstrong. I am currently coming to you live from an undisclosed European location where I am on a self-imposed lockdown in hopes of not being tossed out of one of these lands of education and healthcare. But that is correct. As you said, this autumn travel season will include a little less freedom for American travelers. However, I am happy to report that most Americans do not give a damn. Back to you, Armstrong. Thank you, Armstrong. Weak reporting. When you say many Americans don't care, do you care to elaborate? I mean, they don't give a fuck. Have you actually spoken with any Americans about this rejection from the EU? And what of the economic cost? There was more than a $3 billion loss to the U.S. travel industry in 2020 alone. Armstrong? Have I spoken with them? Well, I mean, not personally, like face to face. I'm not going anywhere near those filthy plague carriers. And $3 billion loss in the travel industry? You want numbers? How about these numbers? 1 in 4 American workers don't get any paid time off. And with no federal law forcing companies to allow workers to have paid time off, the result is, for example, that 76% of private industry workers get on average a measly 10 days paid vacation after fulfilling 1 full year of service to their capitalistic masters. And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, in the year of 2017, these same workers would have to work around 10 years to get around a measly 17 days paid off. And 20 years long to get a measly 20 days paid off. And don't leave out the fact that, sure, unpaid vacation days could be requested. However, under capitalism, generally, that is frowned upon, and the threat of being fired is always there. Back to you, Armstrong. Thank you, Armstrong. That's really actually shocking, considering that the European Union mandates that, for example, all of its member states grant all of their employees, their workers, a minimum of 4 weeks paid vacation. And in Germany, for example, your average employee has between 20 and 30 paid vacation days a year. But I must ask, Armstrong, what then of the few Americans who can take a vacation this coming autumn vacation season? What will they be doing without the possibility of a fancy European vacation? Have you spoken with any of them? Armstrong, do you mean have I spoken with the 50 wealthiest families in America that have wealth exceeding 1.2 trillion, which is nearly half of the 2.5 trillion combined total net wealth of about 65 million U.S. households that form the poorest 50% of America? No. They were not available for comment. I assume they were either out sailing on their yachts or throwing maskless parties at Martha's Vineyard. No, those wealth hoarders were not available for comment for this little YouTube channel. However, my research shows that many Americans are going to be getting into camping this autumn travel season. And I have decided to compile you a list of some of the more well-known camping destinations many Americans will end up this, as you call it, autumn travel season. Back to you, Armstrong. Armstrong, those are homeless encampments. Yeah, that is correct. While some people are concerned with big business and the economy, right now, over 500,000 actual American human beings are homeless and can't go to a doctor and are certainly not planning a European vacation. 33% of those are families. And, just as a side note, as of 2020, around 30 million Americans have no health care. Getting sick means going into debt. And around 43% of Americans that do have health care have inadequate health care. Getting sick means going into debt and being on the path to homelessness. And half of American adults who spent some time uninsured or underinsured report problems paying for their medical needs, creating lingering financial problems, damaging their credit rating, and just generally depleting their savings. A clear path to a tent city. Armstrong? Thank you, Armstrong. Well, that was some very profound information you brought to the topic. Thank you for that. And there you have it, folks. The European Union taking the United States of America off of their safe list. No fancy fall European vacation this year for American travelers. However, many Americans are too busy and preoccupied with staying alive and avoiding homelessness to really give a damn. America's richest family, who happen to be hoarding wealth, unavailable for comment. We will be sure to update you with any information as we receive it here at the Armstrong News Network. We now return you to your regularly scheduled YouTube video already in progress. After I taser kicked him, we all piled into the bus, got the hell out of there, and headed off to our next destination. Yeah, but seriously, I never could have imagined that one night on my job would feature things like a boss pooping on the floor, a Swiss guy putting me in a chokehold, another boss coming to my defense with a very effective sleeper hold, and my newly invented defense move called the taser kick. But I guess with that band, it was just another day on the road. Ah, dang. I really do miss hanging out with Americans sometimes. But I do appreciate all of you for being here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. And if you want to support my channel, click that join button. For I adore my beloved members. I hope to be coming at you soon with a new video, but until that day happens, I do hope that you are over there taking care of yourself.